What's going on, guys? So today on this Shoki, well, probably not really a quickie, we're looking at a twofer because we have two new figures from NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie line, and it is Oroku, Saki and Hamato Yoshi. And it's funny, I think a while back, I think I even mentioned I would love to have a version of them. And here we go. Now, it's pretty interesting because you got him wearing the full gi and everything else like that, but then you have strangely bare arms there, but then over here you have fully clothed arms. Sorry, the lights are either too bright or not bright enough. I've got a problem with this. Hold on. That's a little bit better. So you can only see inside there. So we got Hamato Yoshi over here, who was Splinter's owner slash master. And we do actually get a couple Splinters. We got a little kind of like hunched over Splinter, hard to see, and then one practicing ninjutsu in there. And of course you get his cage, you get a stand, you get, excuse me, a bunch of hands. Dang it, that was a lot of hiccups. And it looks like they're interchangeable between the two of them. And then a buttload of weapons back there. And we haven't gotten something like that since, of course, the foot soldiers. And it looks like they're all the foot soldier weapons. Like a whole extra bunch. And for those who don't know, I already have too many foot weapons as it is. And I don't have enough weapons racks. I have 3, but that's not really enough. And actually one of them is still packed away. I gotta figure out where exactly I put it. My custom weapons rack is put away. So what I'm gonna need probably, because what I want to do is a setup where they're fighting each other. Just like they were in the movie, and have like weapons in the background. Maybe I need to like rewatch that scene and see exactly what the deal is. Like maybe Shredder, or will be Shredder, loses his sleeves at some point. I'm not sure. Or they package these wrong, and so these arms should be over there, and these arms should be over here. I haven't even opened it yet to really see what's going on. So I'm going to do a quick out-the-box reaction for the members. And if you want to see something like that, sign up for the memberships, and you can see those things. Over on the main Shoki channel, by the way. I forgot to mention that. But it should be pretty cool. I like the idea that we get little splinters there. And I thought maybe one of them was the one that would be like scratching his face, which is cool because we do get a scratched up Shredder face, which is similar, but definitely not identical to the one that we already have. At least many years on. So, alright, let's get to it. Alright guys, so we've got the Oroku, Saki and Hamato Yoshi out here. And, well, if you're interested to see my original thoughts, there will be an out the box posted just for members. In case you're wondering, I'm putting a lot of stuff up for memberships, so if you want to do that, you can. So, one thing I did discover is that these guys are almost exactly the same, with the exception of head sculpt. That's the only difference. I want to start out with Yoshi here because there's a good reason. Plus, you can see all the body. Because the body molds are exactly the same, everything is exactly the same. I'm going to start with him because we can see the most. Plus, I want to show off an issue I have with mine. So, we'll set Saki off to the side here. And we'll take a look at Hamato Yoshi. Hold on, maybe I can zoom. Let me zoom. That's the opposite of zooming. There we go. So that's a pretty good head sculpt, and you also got a nice bit of hair going on here. Just black, doesn't really appear to be a wash or anything going on with it, but it is what it is. As opposed to the body, which is, well, this dude's jacked and airbrushed along the way. Looks like his back is just made of rock. You know. And this is probably the most amount of skin they've done for a regular human character. At least like this. I do have an issue now that his arm is a little bit loose. But really nice sculpted body here. Gave him some nips. You know, wrinkles all in the body there. He's even got some abs that tuck up inside his abs. The thing is, he doesn't really have an ab crunch. It's like, it looks like it's just a ball joint. No hinge there. He does rotate at the waist still because from here up, this is all, or this center chunk here is also foot soldier / shredder mold. And then down from here down, it's the same as regular Oroku Saki. The arms here do have very similar gauntlets, if not exactly the same gauntlets as Foot Clan member. In fact, I will grab one right now just to check. If it is exactly the same, it looks cut down. It's smaller, but it could be the same mold and then they just trimmed it. Or the mold is shrunk. Something's up with that. So it looks the same, but the one on the foot soldier is actually slightly bigger. But you can see here how the pants are the same. From here. Then the knees have to be different because the shins and calves are different. I didn't realize I couldn't see what I was doing. Where's this lamp posted? By the way, April was pointing at the lamp off camera here. I gotta give myself some more light. So yeah, it's hard filming black things, if I'm honest. Even this section here, I believe to be the same, except it's washed better on the foot soldier. And then that's pretty much it for those similarities. Whoa, hey, focus. There we go. Though, we'll point out something. This particular version of Hamato Yoshi is doubly right-handed. He's double right-handed. No joke, coming out of the box, he had 2 right hands. So, thanks, NECA. Alright, so you do get the shoulder swivel. It's like that. You do get elbow up. You get bicep rotation that's pretty tight. And you get forearm rotation here. And this is also a stupid thing, in my opinion. They painted the gauntlet skin color to make it seem shorter. I think that is potentially just dumb. Then again, maybe they did actually like shrink this by like 5% or something. Because these are smaller forearms than a regular foot soldier from what I can see. Oh, by the way, I meant to mention the head. It's a double ball joint for the head into the neck. And just very ripped neck. Alright, so we already talked about no ab crunch, rotation to waist. Very tight thighs, but it won't go much further than that, so I hope you don't want to do any nice ninja kicks. Can come forward, but you start wrinkling the diaper. Can go back a little bit, same problem. Thigh rotation is there. Double jointed knee, but the top joint is hidden, which I truly appreciate. By the way, there is like a silver wash on these pants, so to make it nice and shiny. Looks good. And then we get some bare feet up in here. So we're gonna have these guys on wiki feet probably. And as far as I can tell, for the most part, everything about the body mold is identical between these two. I think even the feet, yeah, the feet are the same. So, yeah. So I'm going to set Yoshi aside. We'll look at Oroku Saki and all his goodness. I keep wanting to hold it closer to the camera. I just need to zoom. Just zoom. And he keeps falling over. So, mine has a problem with gravity. I think it's just the heels are a little out of whack. So, that's his nice young head sculpt there. Not a bad looking young man. Different hair sculpt. It's fine though. Looks pretty decent. Same double ball joint, but his neck is a bit more movable for whatever reason. I think because I've pulled the head off and stuff, I think. No, that was Yoshi. Alright, so you can see here he's got a gi on, and he has full sleeves on the shirt. Or on the gi, I should say. And so that's, in a way, pretty similar. Actually, yes, this, so to the elbow, at least, is also foot soldier. So they are getting their mileage out of the mold. And you do have like an undersleeve, which is the gauntlet inside the sleeve. Just not completely molded in inside there. And this is pretty cool. I like this, just that it's actually kind of offset. It is tied there. I wish they had gone with the way they used to do a fabric, like a stretchy fabric belt. I think that would have been cooler. But for the most part, he's exactly the same. And like it's fine, except he has two actual hands, not 2 right hands. And, set them up side by side. They're the same height and everything. You got to bend the knees ever so slightly, but I like that. I mean, these guys are so similar. They come with the same sets of fists or holding hands. So left and right holding hands. It comes with 2 pairs of those. Have them all set off to the side here. Which I'm going to need one of these for Yoshi because he's missing a hand. And then you get karate chopping hands, both left and right. As such. And that's fine. Here's the funny part. You also get your Second Amendment. Some of you guys will get that. But yeah, it comes with some sleeveless appendages. Except for this one is insanely tight, which scares me because NECA. So this left arm of the law here, it looks like it's got just some mold issue right there. Is that the, yeah, probably what's going on. Oh, I don't have my work knife here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get in there and just trim, like, there's just a tiny bit of flashing in there. Might be able to get it real quick. Maybe that's part of the problem. Oh yeah, I got it. Like as soon as I cut that out of the way, I've got it pretty good. But you guys know, NECA, you gotta be careful with their joints. So that's hopefully not gonna be a problem on all of them. So if you feel like making him shirtless, like that guy, you can totally do it. Same as if you feel like dressing him, you get some covered arms, which the elbows are a little wonky, but they're there. And you even get a backup gi. So real quick, I'll just show how to do it because, well, might as well. Because I want Oroku Saki to stay like that. Okay, so you can come up here, and just pull out the arm. It's actually not super difficult, but I noticed his, excuse me, work. So grab your, oh, no, sorry. Take your gi and shove it on. You can take the head off if you're a smart person. Take your left arm. I believe that's left. Looks like left. And shove that one in. Very tight. Take your right arm. Shove that one in. And that's what I'm getting at when I say they're exactly the same body. I mean, they give you extra appendages and clothing, and you end up having them match. You just end up with the same thing, which is pretty funny if I'm honest. Or, dang it. So I want to point this out real quick. So the naked arms have a much thicker shaft, and the other ones have a much smaller shaft and tip. You do with that what you will. So you could also do a combo look and go for the Ken and Ryu slash style. Dang it, shook the whole table there. And if you're keen on that, you can mix it up, which that is actually a pretty good look. It's not the look that he has in the movie. So if you really want the scene where they're fighting each other, you do have to go with the shirtless look. And considering that's how I'm going to have it, I'm going to have them kind of fighting in the black void. I'm going to have them do that. So you can have them in a nice pose. The funny thing is the gi feels like it's not sitting down all the way. The other thing is I kind of want to make a slightly custom Casey Jones where I can take, if I can get his vest off, put the gi on with some of these bare arms, I think it'd be pretty good. And no, you can't fit a Casey Jones head on this body. It's the wrong size ball joint, sadly. So that's it for their clothing options. However, Saki does have a face option. So obviously at the end of the scene in question with story time with Splinter and Danny, you do get, oh, I gotta pull this off the hard way. There we go. A scarred face. Come on. Is that right? I guess that's as good as it gets. It just sits high on the body. And so he instantly looks far more evil. Now, let's go ahead and compare him to his older self. Funny thing is, he's roughly the same height. Roughly. Neck is super long. But if I remember correctly, you can pull off the Shredder mask, right? Yeah. And reveal the scarred older face of Shredder. Which, by the way, I haven't seen any updates on the movie 2 Shredder in a while, so hopefully we'll be getting that. So, you know, Splinter did a number on him, and then, of course, you know, many, many years went by. At least 16, right? So that is why he hides his face, so that no one will see his dishonor. Not to mention he killed a dude out of jealousy because he wanted his woman. Now, the version of Yoshi that we're missing is the farm boy look, which is how he was when he was killed with his woman. Funny thing is, if you look at it, I don't know that it's even the same actor. It looks like they switched actors for that scene. Maybe that's just me. But either way. So, we also need to remove this guy. And to bring in the main kick-ass accessory here. The funny thing is, they only give you fists, holding hands, and karate chopping hands. They give you no other type of expressive hand whatsoever. So, once again, let's zoom in on our Splinter Boy here, who's in the cage. And yeah, he is in a stance. By the way, metal rod, plastic base, as far as I can tell. Yeah, plastic base, painted decently. The cage itself not painted, which is kind of dumb. Though I guess if I feel like just giving a quick spray, I could. Take the bottom out, and you do get this kind of incredible Splinter look. Sorry. And that's him with a plug in his butt, unfortunately. It's kind of a rough sculpt, but it is what it is. Thing is, here he still has a complete ear. And I think even on the alternate one, he's still good. So you can get him in a different, more low down form. And peg goes in butt. That is embarrassingly tight, for lack of a better word. Come on, Splinter. Get on there. Okay, so now you get Remy. Come on. It lost. There it goes. Looks pretty good. Once again, if you want to, you can just stick that back up in here. But of course, now we have a secondary Splinter. We can actually have him attacking Yoshi's or Saki's face. And I think this is the one meant to do the attacking. I thought it was the other one when I did the opening, but I think this is the right one. Although the thing is, like, he jumped on him and he went to the ground, and that's where he scratched him up, and then, you know, he throws Splinter to the ground and then cuts him with the sword. It's cool to have the option, but I feel like ultimately, like, I'll probably use this one in the cage, and use the slightly chubbier one just as like a background thing. And then you do that number. And we'll zoom back out to normal. I'm just so angry that there's a rat involved in this world. And then, of course, we have to just sort of... we have to do the thing, right? Splinter looking at himself. And the hook does rotate a little, so you can actually kind of do that. It's like if Splinter time traveled. So, of course, this isn't... and what's so interesting about this continuity is, like, compared to when we were kids, where Hamato Yoshi was Splinter. You know? Well, let's see if I can get it nose in. There we go. I think that's a good one. Let's get in close for that. Get a shot of that. He's like really talking to himself. Splinter like young me. So that's pretty cool. Now here's the thing. That's not the only accessories these guys come with. They literally come with every weapon that the foot soldiers come with. I rolled away. Oh, and yeah. Oh, and there's one missing right there. The only weapon that they don't effectively come with is the size, but everything else. So you get the swords, you get the axes, you get the nightstick / tonfas, however you want to call it. You get both versions of nunchucks and the bow staffs. You get all of those weapons for 2 frickin' people. Now, that's great and all, except there's no weapons rack with these guys. Though I thought about if I gotta find my custom weapons rack. I'm not entirely certain where it is at the moment. It's in one of the boxes with my gunpla and stuff like that. I will have to find that. So just so you get an idea. Technically speaking, here, let's even just put the cage down there like it's all over. Sorry, I threw a couple extra things in there, but that's literally all the stuff that comes in this frickin' box. It's kind of crazy. Like, by the way, Walmart exclusive. I think it was like $56, something like that. There's a ton of stuff. So it's much like the Foot Soldier 2-pack. You get 2 Foot Soldiers weapons rack and all the weapons. Totally worth that price. Any 2 figures is generally worth $50, unless it's like the more deluxe figures like Toka and Razar, which of course should be a little bit more, but I think they gave those to us even at a fair price. So biggest problems with the set, the screw up with the hands, big problem. The other main problem, the difference between the different shoulder pegs makes a difference, because if you start swapping them out a lot, like I've done with Yoshi here, your shoulder joint starts losing a lot, because it's initially meant for one type of shoulder, and then you swap it out, and then it gets a little bit wonky. The other thing is, I don't know, well, I guess you can, if you really push it, you can get them out there, like, to really be doing a kick. I don't, that's not the best look. But let's see here. I've done some like karate poses with other figures, but never truly NECA, so I don't know. I don't know if he'll balance technically. That's their ankles aren't the strongest. So I think if you posed him either with the NECA stand or with, like, say Yoshi or Saki holding him up. Well, yeah, you got to kick that foot out. There you go. Or you need the heel. You really need the heel back. It's either a kick this way, but if it's a heel, either way, it's the thing. Lead through that way. They should have done more with the torso, in my opinion. But I mean, it's still really good. Figuring out what to do with this, because normally you'd think about the bicep moving itself, not just the elbow, so that's a little limiting. It still works, it's just very limited. You can't get that arm in there, though. But like I said, I don't think there's a good way to get them to balance. I don't think their foot is ever going to be... One foot is never going to be strong enough for one of these guys, I don't think. So, probably going to have to put them on a stand, if I had to guess, to get them to... really get in there. Let's see, we gotta shift that hip to really make that difference. I'm gonna have to do some craziness. Wait. Don't breathe. Okay, so I got him to stand. He'll probably fall while I'm talking, but either way, I got him to stand. Oh, actually, what I should do is put him in whatever pose. Put him in the pose that Splinter is in here, so that way he's mimicking him. That's pretty awesome. And then you'll have Saki over here, like, just looking jealous as all shit. Like, you're gonna kick me? Just like this? Anyway, guys, I think I mentioned it all. The value is good. I think the weapons are just too much. I don't need a whole nother set of weapons. Even with all the weapons I do have, I can actually spread them out amongst all 3 weapons racks. So if they wanted to give us more weapons, they really should have just given us another weapons rack, or not weapons. Because the only real weapons we see them use, I believe, is a sword. I think, like, maybe you see in the scene, you see them training with other weapons, but definitely not all of them. I don't even think an axe even comes into play until, like, they go to kill him. Same thing with the sword, but either way, great set. Find it if you can. I've only found it twice so far. I also think that the clothing choice is interesting to give you the ability to kind of customize or dress them up or dress them down. It feels like, though, like, you know, if you wanted this, like, laying off to the side, you know, kind of like an empty shirt, I guess you could pull that off too. I never considered that. You know, just have this, like, sort of just roughly set these together, and then you have a shirt off to the side, like on a bench or something. Like, that might be cool. Like, just do that. Like, he just threw his gi down. That's actually kind of cool. Didn't consider that. I'm honestly surprised it's still standing. But guys, that's going to be it for this Not So Quickie. And of course, once again, if you want to see my out-the-box reaction to virtually everything I'm getting right now, and even behind-the-scenes kind of stuff, and maybe even some content that will be specifically for memberships, by all means, hit that join button. But hit the subscribe button if you or not the join button, sorry. Hit the join button over on the main SHOKY channel. I forgot which channel this was going up on. And of course, just subscribe to this one for all the reviews that are coming. Everything action figure related is all going to be on this channel. Same thing with the transformation videos for the Taros, and just stuff that doesn't necessarily have to do with big robot stuff. Remember, as always, keep on nerding.